Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Cleveland Guardians. This crowd is ready as we get set for the World Series. Game 1 is next. Just about set to go. And on the hill, the big righty, Ryan Nelson. What do you look for here?
Well, this guy featuring that straight four-seam fastball, but off of it throws the cutter. And really, he's most effective when he's using that cutter off the four-seam fastball just to miss the barrel of the bat. Not always going to see the swings and misses, but if you can somehow get weaker contact, you have a chance to collect some outs. Now, it's going to look the same until the very last second, so hitters are going to have to make a decision and hope that sometimes they're able to guess right.
Fastball is outside. Levesque matched the homer in his last game. And he takes a strike. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Now this is in the air down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Foul ball still a 1-2 count. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Swings and misses, and it's a 3-up, 3-down. Game 1 of the World Series. And the batter now, Travis Bazzana. That one ripped. Levesque hauls it in for the out. 1 up, 1 down. Runner at second, 2 down. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. There's a swing and a drop. Can't get to it as it drops into the corner. The run comes in to score from second, and it's a 1-run game.
Picks himself up an RBI. They really turned on that one, and as it hooked down the line, it was hard to tell if it would stay fair, but it just barely sneaked in there.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Now batting Tristan Casas. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Nelson back to work. And that one fouled off. reaches the corner.
Oh, this guy is so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
Next offer is down low.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Outside with a breaking ball.
There's a good feel in the ballpark, and that's what you expect when the home side has the lead in game 1. This energy is going to keep building with every out.
That one misses, and that's ball 3.
You know this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Smoked on the ground a second. Throws the first in time. Now one gone in the top of the 6th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball.
Ball 4. Take the base. That's ball 4. Ball 4. Take the base. Back here in Cleveland. New inning getting started. And here is Levesque.
He's a big, strong guy. Can untie this game with one swing.
Off the mark there. And that's ball 1.
Well, now that this is a bullpen game, it's clear that whichever bullpen steps up the most is likely going to come away with the W.
A little out front there as he swings through it. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to try to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball. Well, it certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Nice line drive to the full side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that. And now, let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2.
Your base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
The kick in the pit. Runner goes. Got him swinging. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
Now the go-ahead runs in scoring position, so big opportunity for them to jump ahead late.
Jackson Choria up now for the Brewers. And it's second. Way outside, and it gets away. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third.
Nice job right there, recognizing the wild pitch and being able to move up to third because of it. Now they've got more options in terms of finding a way to bring him home.
Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
Definitely a strikeout situation right here. Lots of ways for that go-ahead run to score if the ball's put in play.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through to center field. Runner from third comes across. They lead it in the 8th.
Just a huge at-bat right there. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
So 2 down. Next for Milwaukee, Levesque, known for his late inning heroics. Almost got him. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the late stages of game 1. Out front with the swing, and that is strike 1.
Well, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
It's a 2-2. grounds one to the right side. Slings to first, and that is that. Nothing across here this half. Levesque with a good game to help lift them to the win.
Strong individual day, a team win. What's not to like? This is a game he can feel really good about.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Just about set to go now. And today's starting pitcher, Shane Bieber.
Well, the big thing is that the way he holds his curveball, it's more of a knuckle curve. And because of that, it's less predictable in terms of the play.
And now the center fielder, Levesque. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Oh, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Yeah, foul ball. 2 outs, base is empty. Fastball is outside.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. And it's in time for the 3rd out, so that'll end the inning.
Ball 4, take your base. That's ball 4.
Runner at first for 2 away. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Agustin Ramirez. That's out to center field. Levesque settles underneath it. And that's the 3rd out. Guardians.
Ball 4, take your base.
Game 2 of the World Series. Now it's the power speed combo. Levesque. Bieber back to work. Inside, almost got him.
Here, 1-1.
Ripped to right, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you've got to make them pay. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Tristan Casas. On the ground. And that's just foul.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Runner takes off. Oh, he brings it down. Nice play. Nicely done for the out.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The job is to move the runner off and give your team a chance to score the goal later on. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
Next for Milwaukee, Jackson Choria. And it's second. Fastball for a strike. Outside. And the count is 2-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Down on strikes. Make it 4 strikeouts for him. 3. Travis Bazzana digs in for the Guardians. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Levesque makes the catch, and that is that. Nothing doing here this half.
4-4. Take your base.
Levesque in his 4th year, 26 years old, and he's a former Silver Slugger recipient in the National League. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Been painting the corners, working on the edges and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. On the run, sends it over to first, and they get the out. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now, and we still have no score.
That's ball 4. 3.
Bottom of the inning, and the batter will be the shortstop, Brian Rocchio. Liner, base hit.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one.
So runner at second, 2 down. Here's the center fielder, Jake McCarthy. Right-hander kick steals. In the air out to center. Levesque gliding in towards the infield. Long run, tracks it down. One left for the Guardians.
3. Ball 4. Take your base.
One gone, runner at first. And now the center fielder, Eric Levesque. 1 for 3. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1.
0-1.
And that one fouled off. With the tying run at the plate, here in Game 2 of the World Series. Out to short, Rocchio. 1 at second. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
You want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
Fastball is outside.
Big pitch coming right here. The last thing he wants to do is put the tying run on base, but he can't prove one either.
They're down to their final strike.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score.
Smith checks over to first, and he's back.
Well, at least you got the pitcher thinking a little bit. You don't want to run yourself out of the ball game. You get thrown out or picked off, it's over.
Got him, and that's the ball game. Here's another look at the numbers from this shutout victory. And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Cleveland Guardians. So 2 down. Eric Levesque up now for the Brewers. This is another guy capable of hitting tape measure home runs. Pop foul out of play off to the right. And the sweeper misses.
Well, this team was shut out in the previous game, and I'm really interested to see what did they talk about in that hitters meeting that's going to translate into the game and help them get on that scoreboard.
In the air, right field. Squeezes it, and that is that. We played an inning, no score. Two outs, base is empty. And here's the veteran outfielder, Corey Jones. And that one is lifted in the air. It gets down, a base hit. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in, and he'll make it safely. That's a double.
Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you
Three. Willie Adames stands in. Line drive, base hit, right center field. They're waving Ramirez home. He scores and they have the lead. Now the tag at second, and he's out. Trying for two. One out, base is empty. Chris, you and I have gotten to work some memorable postseason games together. One I look back on, 2013 ALCS Game 2, the David Ortiz Grand Slam.
For me, Boo, the game I remember is us calling the 2014 AL wildcard game. The Kansas City Royals hosting the Oakland A's. The Royals come from behind to win in extra innings and move on to the division series. They had such a great run, but it ended up in the World Series losing to the San Francisco Giants.
There's the strike. That's ball four. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
Now batting Tristan Casas. Got the back going too soon. It's strike two.
With two strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Man, keeping an eye on him. The pitch. Trying to check his swing. Appeal to third. No, he held up. Tying run is at first. Here in Game 3 of the World Series. Runner on the go. Oh, right to the backstop. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. Kick the 3-2. He fouls it off. Will do it again.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good two-strike pitch right there. At worst-case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted.
That misses, and it's 2-1. And that one fouled off. a sweeper. Christian Encarnacion Strand in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Popped up. Persona. Drops into the glove, and the inning is over. One out. Runners at first and second.
So all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Yeah, that's fouled off.
So he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and getting out of this little jam.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Brings it in, and there's two down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying.
So, runner at second, two down. Brian Rocchio will hit next. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Levesque sizing this one up. Makes the catch. And that is that. One.
Perfect.
Joe Fuller getting ready to hit. In the air, center field. Levesque should have this one. And it's caught for the out. One out, base is empty. Eric Levesque digs in now. And that's outside. 1-0. Holding on to a one-run lead here in the late stages of Game 3. That one finds the zone. And a count 1-1. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. That one misses. It's 2-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking
at. Ball four, take your base. That's ball four. Ball four, take your base.
First and second, no outs. Jonah Bride digs in for the Guardians. Cleveland up a run, looking for more. That's a laser base hit, headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Just so sound.
Three, ball four, take your base.
Not a ton of offense to chat about as we look at the final numbers. Live from Milwaukie, Wisconsin, the World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Cleveland Guardians and the Milwaukee Brewers. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Schaumburg. And Singy, there's been a lot to talk about already in this series as we head into Game 4.
Well, if the first 3 games are any indication, this has the look of a series. Going to go all the way to Game 7, Bulls. I think this is a classic matchup, and we've seen momentum change course a few times already. But I'll tell you what, I think whoever takes this.
Here's a big power threat. Eric Levesque. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports, too. First pitch misses.
That's excellent location for a pitch like that. Looks like it's going to be a strike, and then it just runs in on the hands. So if you can command it and hitters have to respect it, just keep going in there until they make you make an adjustment.
And now it's even up. Man at first, 1 away. Ground ball to first, could be 2. Quickly to second for 1. Over to first, but it's offline. Next for Milwaukee, Tristan Casas. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Game 4 of the World Series. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2.
Now, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead.
Runner on the go. Ah, that's strike 3 and the 3rd out.
That's ball 4.
The 4th game of the World Series. Here's Brian Rocchio. In the air out to center. Makes the grab on the run. 1 away.
They trust him in center field because he's capable of making plays on the run, and we saw it right there. That's a player you want.
3. You're out. Out. 3. Out. You're out.
The drama always heightened in the postseason, and it leads to some really special moments. Ground ball up the middle, that's a base hit. And aboard on the leadoff single. And here's the first baseman, Tristan Casas. Check on the runner, and he's back in on a dive.
Well, one special postseason memory for me, Boone, was facing Pedro Martinez Game 5 of the ALDS.
Runner takes off, pitch misses, throws, save! And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to strike that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
The kick, the 3-2. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day 1.
Here's the left fielder, Jackson Choria. Ground ball could be 2. To second, there's well, not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. Christian Encarnacion Strand up now for the Brewers. And the next pitch is way outside.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch. Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. Either strike this guy out or ground ball double play.
2 on, 1 out. Got him swinging on the curveball. He picks up his 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the seventh.
Ball 4, take your base. 3. Ball 4, take your base.
The fourth game of the World Series. Up now for Milwaukee, Eric Levesque. Levesque goes 5 feet 11 inches, 26 years old, and he won the Silver Slugger at his position in the National League last year. Hauls it in for the out.
Yikes, that ball was scorched, an absolute missile, and it almost becomes self-defense as the fielder when one of those things comes screaming towards you.
So in now for Cleveland, Corey Jones. Laser could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. Not stopping. He's going for 3. The throw to third, and he's fouled, trying for 3. Man at first, nobody out. Next for the Brewers, Eric Levesque, 1 for 3. Runner on the goal. Swing and a miss. Save at second with a stolen base. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Makes the grab. Runner tags at second. And he makes it up to third with 1 away.
All this team needs is one more win, but when you're playing in the postseason, it's not just a win.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. The World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Cleveland Guardians and the Milwaukee Brewers. Just about to get under.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
A dive, and he can't haul it in. Around second now, going for 3. In there safely.
And if you're the pitcher, you can't be frustrated. You know this is going to be the toughest batter that you face tonight, and you're going to have to face him a couple of times. So you just tip your cap and hope that you can get the next guy out.
Tristan Casas. it's even at 2. Nobody out with a pair of runs across to the frame here in Game 5 of the World Series. Swings and misses, and that's the first out.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Swing and a miss, and the count 1-2.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of his zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance of doing damage.
Encarnacion Strand working through some struggles lately. Fails another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Take the base. 3. You're out.
1 out, base is empty. The pressure is high for the players in the postseason, but maybe even higher for the managers. Every decision you make is critical to the success of the team and to your own reputation. And ball 1.
Well, for better or worse, managers are remembered for what they do in the postseason. Pull the right strings, they might build a statue of you someday. One bad decision, and you might be updating your resume. You gotta be sharp.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. There's a ball.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking it back. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
First base.
Runner at second, 2 down. That one misses. Ball 1. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. So it's 4 runs for him on 3 hits, including the home run.
Ball 4, take your base. Ball 4, take your base. That's ball 4.
And at second with 1 away. And now the center fielder, Eric Levesque, 1 for 3. Line drive. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 away now.
Ball 4, take your base. 3. Ball 4, take your base.
Man at first with 1 gone. And now Eric Levesque. And that's a base hit. And now 2 aboard. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Ball 4. 4, take your base.
In an elimination game, you see your season quickly coming to an end. It can be a bit nerve-wracking, but they were able to settle things down, come out and play really good baseball in this one. They get the win, and the series continues.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. The World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Cleveland Guardians. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shum. With Game 6 in front of us, it's an elimination game on one side, but this series feels like it could go either way.
You know, Luke, some of the greatest games in baseball history have been at Game 6, so I'm fired up for this one. And clearly, being at home with a 3-2 lead in the series is a huge advantage, but it's far from a guarantee. They've still got to go out there, handle their business, and not let this get to a Game 7.
And the odds are obviously against any team trying to win a Game 6 and Game 7 on the road. But it does happen. They don't consider this series over by any means. First pitch coming your way next. Coming up on the first pitch, and today's starting pitcher, Shane Bieber. What do we need to know?
Very solid starters, able to repeat his mechanics on a consistent basis, which allows him to move through a lineup and get deep into a ball game.
Levesque at the plate now. That's ball one. Very high with that one. And it's 2-0.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up. And that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
And it finds its way through for a hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like you did right there.
Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close. Next offering is down low. And a swing and a miss. And that'll do it. No runs, one hit, no errors, and a man left.
That's ball four. Three.
One away with a runner at third. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
I think really just trying to be careful, man, in scoring position there. See if he can somehow navigate through this lineup, get a more favorable matchup, perhaps get him to roll over on a changeup, get a ball on the ground, get a double play, and get out of this.
Swings through that one.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Breaking down, misses down and away. One away with a runner at third here in Game 6 of the World Series. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. In to score is the runner from third. It's 2-0.
wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. So digging in, Tristan Casas. The 1-2. Got him swinging.
Bird gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. So with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel up.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. And it's second. Got him looking. Inning over, and it could have been worse. And up next for Cleveland, Corey Jones. That's towards center. Levesque sizes this one up and makes the grab. And that is that.
First base. First base.
It's the 6th game of this World Series. And the batter now, Levesque. This park is absolutely electric for this game. Such a great postseason atmosphere. Swinging a foul out of play. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
Nothing like the drama you get in the postseason, dude. Love being a part of these games.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Just overmatched on that fastball.
Ball 4. Take your base.
So up next, Jonah Bride. Out to center. Left gets under it. They got it for out number 2. Nobody on. Levesque digs in now. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
He's going to have to make sure that he stays patient because he is the focal point in that lineup. They're going to pitch him tough. They're going to pitch around him. And when he doesn't see other guys doing anything, what you can do is become a little too aggressive and chase out of the zone.
That's off the mark. Ball 2. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across late here in Game 6. Check swing, and he went. And the count is 2-2. Stays alive.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just had a hard time catching up.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through to center field, and that keeps the inning alive. At the plate, Tristan Casas. Swing and a miss. 1 run across in the frame so far here in Game 6 of the World Series. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Here's the pitch. Runner goes again. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout.
4. Take the base. That's ball 4.
Travis Bazzana getting ready to hit. The pitch. And that one lifted in the air center field. Levesque snags it for the second out. Levesque with a good game to help lift them to the win. 3 hits in this one, always respectable.
Strong individual day, a team win.
It's the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Cleveland Guardians. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. John Shambi and Chris Singleton on the call. What a memorable World Series this has been, and the entire season comes down to this. Game 7, Chris.
Yeah, this has been the World Series we were all hoping for, Bruce. Back and forth. Neither team giving an inch, even when it looks like their season's about to come to an end. This has been fantastic stuff, and I'm excited for us and for all of you out there to see how this unfolds.
Every broadcaster's dream, Singy, calling Game 7 of the World Series. I'm excited to do it with you. First pitch coming at you right after the break. First pitch moments away, and today's starter, Daniel Espino. Chris, how about the scouting report?
Dude, you don't always know what to expect with this guy on the mound. There are times it's really good, but that's not always the case. For me, I want to...
So 2 down. Eric Levesque will hit next. Try to get him to chase on the changeup that time. 2 outs, base is empty.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's what it was. If you swing at it, you would have broken back.
Handles, throws to first, and that is that. Back to the top of the lineup, and the batter now, Joe Fuller. Now a screamer into the outfield. Stretches out and hauls it in. Guardians go down 1-2-3. Still no score. One out, base is empty. Headed towards the corner. And that is a foul ball. Some of the most dramatic moments of baseball history have come in Game 7 of the World Series. You think of Luis Gonzalez's walk-off single in 2001, or how about Bill Mazeroski, 1960, his walk-off homer won it for the Pirates over the Yankees. Righty delivers. Not close with that one. And that's ball 2.
Yeah, and a more recent Game 7 with incredible drama was 2016 with the rain delay and going into extra innings between two franchises who were hoping to end their title droughts. One of the great postseason games.
Ball 4. Take the ready.
And now the first baseman, Jonah Bride. Up towards right center field. Levesque sizes this one up. Makes the grab. And that's the inning. Guardians lead 1. So 2 down. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Brian Rocchio. And that one is lifted in the air. Levesque makes the play, and it's out number 3. Runner on the move. Go to second. Ow! And that'll end the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the center fielder, Eric Levesque. Espino back to work. Outside low, ball 1. And another ball.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. Now batting Tristan Casas. Espino with a move to first. Levesque back in on a dive. Casas with just one more homer to reach the 200 career mark. 1-1 now. Swings through that.
You know, we usually talk about bigger numbers when it comes to homers, but only about 400 major leaguers have ever hit 200 round trips.
Runner takes off on the ground to third. Tosses across to first. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion. So digging in, Jackson Chourio. And that's off the outside edge. And the count 2-1.
This hitter's looking for a fastball, but I'm not sure he's going to get one. Pitcher doesn't have to challenge him. He feels better about his off-speed secondary stuff and stay with it.
1 out, the runner at second. You're in Game 7 of the World Series. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Christian Encarnacion Strand up now for the Brewers.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Squirts away a little bit. 3-2 now. That one backed up the middle and it gets through. Headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single and they lead by 2.
Well done. Drives in the run. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that pitch inside. Instead,
runners in the corners here. One away. Levesque now at the plate. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits the contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base and slugging too. First pitch misses.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very confident because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball. He's a threat deep into the count as well.
2 on, 1 out. Swing and a base hit. The run scores from third, and they're up by 4. The throw in. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side.
The Guardians going with a new pitcher, Cade Smith. Move first. Left back on a dive. Payoff pitch. Runner takes off. Got it swinging. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. Next for Milwaukee, Jackson Choria. Bit of strategy here. They issue the intentional walk, and that'll set up a force play at any base. Now the third baseman, Christian Encarnacion Strand. Bases loaded, 2 down. Here in the late stages of Game 7. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball. 2 straight.
Down on strikes. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. 2 runs in the inning, but they strand 3. Last half of the 8th. Willie Adames stands in. For 3. And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And puts the squeeze on that one. And there's 1 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. You did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And he lays one down the left side. Slings to first, out on the sac fly.
Yeah, just doing his part right there, trying to move that runner in a scoring position. Got it down successfully. Now we'll see if they can drive him in from second.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Travis Bazzana. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted in first base with a quick free pass.
First and second, 2 outs. Agustin Ramirez getting ready to hit. The Guardians down to their final strike. Ground ball, and this should do it. And that's it. They are World Series champions.
Congratulations to the champs. Game 7 of the World Series. Every player on both sides comes to the ballpark knowing that this is it. This team got it done. They've been a special club all year long, and it's fitting they win it all in a special series.
Welcome back on the show as we see some of the final moments and reactions in this World Series clinching game. And now let's go down to the field where they're set to present the Commissioner's Trophy to the World Series champs. Singleton, our outstanding crew, I'm John Schaumburg. This has been the World Series on MLB The Show.